Tonight, 13 investigates a water shortage right here in central Indiana.
I understand that they may be upset about it, but one, it's not their water.
The LEAP district will require billions of dollars.
LEAP district in Boone County.
LEAP project.
LEAP project is the LEAP project.
The LEAP project.
Yet to hear a response from the IEDC.
No response at all, which is not surprising.
So the way that I guess I could probably best explain it is that the government is trying to leverage development in central Indiana, and in doing that, they've manufactured basically a crisis themselves. There's a water shortage in central Indiana that they've been aware of for at least a decade, if not longer. And instead of investing in that problem with taxpayer dollars to fix it correctly, instead they are putting in a pipeline or wanting to put in a pipeline that they can take water to central Indiana to develop that area and then pipe the rest of it to the Indianapolis area to try to fix that water crisis.
You have this big mass, which is your aquifer, is like consider it a big gravel mass, okay? You put a well right down in the middle of it and you start pumping water out of it very fast. What happens is, as you go to the well, you get a drawdown, cone of drawdown like that towards the well. And so anybody who has a shallower well that's above that cone of drawdown, now all of a sudden it's unsaturated and they can't get any water.
I think overall the land value is going up, and it's a great thing for you. It is if you want to sell. We don't want to. You know, this is a huge project for IEDC, and I understand that, but it makes running your business more difficult. All the tax dollars from the people all across the state that they're using to spend money here in Boone County to buy the property to build more. You're knocking out the private businesses when you're doing that.
My grandmother purchased this farm, and she allowed my dad to farm it, and my dad is allowing us to farm it. And so we think that it's kind of a ludicrous concept that the state of Indiana wants to come in here and destroy Indiana's biggest industry, which is agriculture, in favor of other industries, a lot of which are Pacific Rim industries that want to come in here and take the money and the earnings that they get back to the communities that they live in, which oftentimes are not in the United States.
It seems to me that it's politically and financially motivated. We actually believe that you vote for somebody and send them to office and they have your best interest in mind, and that's not necessarily what's happening.
I believe the state of Indiana is fully aware of they're trying to take control of the water rights, and I believe they belong to the homeowner or the property owner. And they say, well, we bought the property, so we're now a property owner. That's not in the same realm, in my opinion. If you live here in this community, you are a property owner. And if someone in Chicago bought all this property and wanted to pipe the water to Chicago and make big money on it, the state of Indiana would be having a fit, and they'd want it stopped.
It is a force that's being pushed down on us that we don't want. Once this precedent is set, it's like, okay, we can do this over there and that over here and something else over there.
You know, my husband, yes, he could go off and he could do another job, but he shouldn't have to. He has so much respect for what his grandfather started and what his father and his uncle continued, and it's just devastating to think that instead of being supported as farmers, the state itself is attacking them.
I keep hearing IEDC.
I'm disconnected with the IEDC.
I find Brad Chambers' involvement in the IEDC and this project to be very interesting.
And anyone involved in this with IEDC and promoting it, look to vote elsewhere.